We are riding with Kartinov in Live Oaks, and I have some interesting news for you regarding the new double barrel tanks. So remember to subscribe and give me a like. I appreciate it very much, and let me thank you in advance for it. Now, of course, if you are new here, you will know that the double barrel tanks will make its debut very soon, and the date is fixed at 29th of January, and the 29th of January is when double barrel tanks are going to make their debut, starting from the tier 7 line of the KV3, and then you will push on with the IS2 tier 2, IS2 version 2, and this is what it looks like, almost identical to the 703 version 2, except all the performance parameters are almost better than the 703 version 2 in terms of 7 degrees of gun depression, 2 degrees more than the 703 version 2, aim time of 2.4 seconds, which is better than the 703 version 2, dispersion of 0.36, which is better than the 703 version 2. The only thing that is slacking from the 703 version 2 is the premium shell penetration, which is 256 penetration versus the 270 penetration you get on the 703 version 2. The only what else is worse? Yes, alpha damage 300 per shot versus the 390 on the 703 version 2. 703 gets, of course, 780 for your double shot, and the IS2 version 2 only does 600 average damage with a double shot. So also the forward speeds is slightly less, 34 kilometers an hour going forward. 703 is 38, but the hidden stats are very good. Hidden stats power to weight ratio is 14 horsepower per ton, better than the 703 version 2. So we'll have to try it out and see in the live servers to find out exactly how is it going to be performing. Now, a little bit more news for you. The test servers are going to be up on the 16th of January. That's just a couple of days from today, so you can test it out in the test server before anyone else. Now you're looking at the tier 9 IS3 version 2, 243 penetration on the standard shells, 292 on the premium shells. Dispersion again 0.38, a lot better than the 0.42 of the 703. Aim time 2.88 seconds, also better than the 703. The gun, however, 390 alpha, just like the 703, but this time 8 degrees of gun depression, even better than the 703. So you can hull down, you can do 390 alpha, you have better aim time, you have better dispersions, you have better soft stats on the gun. So I am, on paper, these double barrel tanks from the tier 8, tier 9 and tier 10s are going to be performing like outstanding. You're going to be expecting outstanding performance in terms of gun handling, in terms of accuracy. Now, even though the tier 8 is going to be slightly less alpha damage, but in terms of gun handling performance, it's going to be better than the 703. So unless they're going to nerf it during the test server period, you're going to expect very, very good performance out of these double barrel tanks, starting from the tier 8s, tier 9s and tier 10s. So as it is, the 703 is already a really good performer. If you haven't come up with it, if you haven't fight against it or seen it in the current patch, it's a really good tank. especially if you have players that are experienced and good players. They are doing outstandingly well in these tanks, and they are having a grand old time playing with these tanks and performing really well in these tanks. Now, Kartinov is doing really well. He just reset the base with 4 seconds left on the clock, and now he's taking on this Leo. And you know, when you have big games like this, he's done about 5,000 damage. When you have big games like this, you don't do it without luck on your side. And as it is, if that IS-3 had decided to help this Leo out and this Lynx 6x6, this game would have probably been over by now. But these kind of games, that IS-3 decide to stay on the base and try to cap it out and pay the price for it. The Leo is lost, the Lynx is lost, and the poor outdated IS-3 has to contend with the latest from the WG factory, the 703 version 2. Now he's already picked up 3 kills, and with this IS-3 it's gonna be 4, even though he is stunned. Over 6,000 damage and 3,300 block. Kartinov is doing a great job. Now let's take a look at the IS-2 version 2. This is the tier 10 version with 258 standard penetration, 340 premium penetration. Dispersion, once again, a lot better than the 703 version 2. Aim time also 2.78 seconds, a lot quicker than the aim time of the 703. So imagine this in a tier 10 with a 440 alpha gun. That's, you're talking about 880 when you double shot someone. That is going to be amazing. Now that is why I'm saying a lot of people are looking forward to this new double barrel guns, the new double barrel tech tree that's coming up. A lot of people are saying, you know, it's not overpowered and it's not too bad. But if you look at the games that the good players are pumping out, if you look at the scores that people are getting out of these double barrel tanks in the tier 8 premiums, now imagine that in the tech tree versions that have even better capabilities, have better gun handling. I just don't know how it's gonna work out. It's just going to be fantastic. This is what I'm predicting. We never know. Maybe after the common tests, they might nerf these line of tanks. I don't know yet, but I suspect that they have to keep buffing the new tanks that are coming out. This is in order to make way for the future buffs that are going to happen with the entire lines of tanks. All the tech tree tanks are going to be buffed sometime in the middle of the year, and I think you're beginning to see that starting right now with the tech tree versions of the double barrel tanks. These tanks are going to be a little bit overpowered for now, but in a couple of months or in 6 months, they're going to buff the rest of the tech tree tanks from all the nations. Snapshot on this guy, no problem, take him out, and now just wait for the enemy 703 to push over. He's got the experience and the skill to finish him off. Now he's hiding behind these buildings here because there is still another GW Panther out there. You know, that could hurt Kartinov. So what he's doing is taking that GW Panther out of play here, and now all he has to do is just finish off this 703. Now you saw him shooting down on the hull there with heat shells, no problem, and then shoot the gun mantlet, no problem, penetration with heat shells. So when you're in doubt, just hit your 2 key and it will most probably solve all your problems for you. And it's the end of the game. All he has to do is just try to hunt down that GW Panther tier 7 artillery, and the game is over. So basically he's just gonna go look for him and hunt him down. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are looking forward to the new double barrel Tech 3 tanks as much as I have. Remember, on January 16th they will be rolling this out on the common test server, and on January 29th this will be officially rolled out on 1.71 patch. Here you go, Radley Walters medal because you got 8 kills and ace tanker and all that good stuff, over 8,000 damage, 3,700 blocked. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving this video a like. I do appreciate it a lot. It helps out my channel, and let me thank you in advance. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.